Hi there and welcome to my channel. Today's project is for Citrus Twist Kids and it features the November main kit. It's called Stories this month and a cut file that I actually created this month for the store. But let me show you a little bit of what I did. While I was creating the cut file, I actually cut it a few times on my camera and was really liking the way the negative part of the cutout that stayed behind on the mat looked like. And when I tried to peel it out, I really liked the way the leaves popped up. So I thought, you know what, that gave me an idea for a layout. But let me show you just a little trick on how I went about peeling out the negative part, because it's actually a little bit tricky because they're very delicate cuts. So use a little bit of washi tape. Just use small pieces just to keep the leaf to the original cutout. I don't know if it makes you understand it, because there's little corners and the leaves are like when I tried it, a few ripped. So I thought, you know what, a little bit of washi tape actually works to keep it together and actually work in this case. So try that out. It works for a lot of things. Now back to the layout. For this project, I am documenting one of our pictures from Thanksgiving. We usually take a walk on Thanksgiving Day. So I thought, you know what, the colors in this kit work really well with the picture, sorry. There's blues and rust and a lot of fall motif into it. So I thought, you know what, the papers in this month's kit are gorgeous. So as you see right now, I am using the original cutout just to mark the points, the corners of the cutout onto the papers. And then I'm using one ruler just to connect the points, giving around a ½ an inch offset. So there's an extra ½ an inch from the points, just because I want to give space. I want to be safe that nothing, that I'm not having less paper when I glue it together. And then after, I did the same thing with the blue and the same thing with the orange. And actually the blue paper is not blue, it's this dark teal with the blue leaves, and that's from the Chimel collection, I believe. And the orange paper comes from the Crepe Paper Carousel collection. And it actually combines really well. The combination works well. And since I'm using a lot of white on this layout, you're not gonna see much. You're gonna see just shades of it. You're gonna see in a little bit, and it actually looks really, really good when it gets all together. So as you see right now, I'm using a base, and in this case, I didn't want to go with a lot of cardstock because I'm just gonna use cardstock in the mat, and then I'm using pattern paper, so I didn't want to bulk. So what I'm using is the paper that comes in the sheet protectors, that white piece of paper, and I thought, you know what, it actually worked really well in this layout. Sometimes, I save things that I shouldn't, but it actually worked this time. And as you see right now, I am just using some glue tape just to glue around the corners of the cutout to the paper. I tried to get as close as I could to the leaves without going into the leaves, and I'm going to show you why in a little bit. And after that, I just glue it together, and I just started pulling out the washi tape. Just be careful when you pull out the washi tape. Like I said before, because the cut is so delicate, the washi tape might rip some of the corners, so just a little bit careful with it. And now this is when we're gonna start adding dimension to the layout. And when I said this is what gave me the idea to create this layout, and it's as simple as adding some foam adhesive behind the leaves. And one of the things I'm doing is I am gluing the pieces of the cutout that actually hold the leaf, because I want to make sure that goes flat so that the leaf will pop on the layout. And I'm just using different sizes of foam adhesive just to create different heights on the leaves and to give them movement. And it's actually the ondulation on the leaves, the one that creates the idea of movement. It actually looks really good. And like I said before, you don't see a lot of the pattern paper, like the detail, but you see the shade and the shadow of it, and it looks really nice. It actually gives a little hint of color behind it. And I love the white on white with the little shades behind. Now to back the title of this layout, which is the word grateful, which is included in the kit. I'm being redundant, I'm sorry. I'm using the Crepe side paper that is included in the kit. And I like this paper because it was a shade of sky blue teal. It actually worked really well in the combination of colors, and it was delicate. And I just went about tracing each letter, and cutting it and backing and the cutout. But I like to be detailed when I'm backing actually my letters especially. And I'm going to show you a little trick. So when you want to create the holes of the G's and the A's and the D's, I actually, like I see right now, I'm using the negative part of the cutter, and I don't glue it. I just use it like, to mark the center of where the circle of the G, the inside of the G looks, is gonna go. And then I use my piercing tool and I create a series of holes, like continuous holes, so that it creates these little rips on the paper right in the center. And then I'm just using my detail scissors just to cut around it, and then just a little bit of glue, and then just glue the small little circle that forms the inside of the G, and that's it. That's all it takes. It takes a little bit of time, but it actually works well in the end. Now I'm using the same paper to back the picture, but I'm using the A side of the paper because I wanted to give it a little bit of difference between the paper, sorry, between the photo and the title. And after that, the layout came together really, really fast. As you see, I'm using some foam adhesive again behind the title because I just wanted it to pop from the picture. And as you're gonna see right now, I'm just gonna make sure that the picture is nestled between the leaves and the title. Then that's what I'm using adhesive, just to, play around with the image so that it seems that it's hidden in between the leaves and the title. And then after that, what I did is I actually color block my embellishments, but there's so much to choose from in this month's exclusive ephemera and chipboard stickers that, it was actually really easy. And I love, 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 love labels, and the labels are what actually brought this together. And then after that, I just wrote actually quite a bit of journal about what the day was about, what the picture was about, and how thankful I am for these 3 people in my life. And that's it. That's all the layout. A little bit of Heidi Swap Shine never hurt. And that's it. And I really love what it looks like. I love dimension. The cut file works great. Don't throw your negative pieces. Sometimes you can work a different layout. And I hope you actually try it and let me know how it goes. And you know what? Link your projects to Citrus Biscuit. We'd love to see what we do. If you have any questions, contact me. And thank you very much for joining me. Take care.